All right, my last interview guest is on the phone representing Louisville. He had a big appearance last Saturday at
Yes,
Lexington, and to talk about that and so much more, the homie Brxtn is on the air right now. What's good, man?
nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. First and foremost, I just want to say thanks for having me on the air tonight, man. I appreciate any chance to get, what I'm saying, speak to platforms and the people out here, let them know what I got going on. So much love for that, bro.
Appreciate you for taking the time and congrats on that performance on the event last week, Whitaker Bank
Yeah,
Ballpark.
man. Yeah, we was out at the Lexington Legends ballpark, and pretty much, to be honest with you, big bro, that was very like a very impromptu situation. I was just there to show some support. I'm actually pretty cool with Mims, just on some like throwback stuff, just connected and whatnot. And I came to just show him some love, and one of the DJs that was there was familiar with my music and just kind of threw me in the mix. So I just had to kind of capitalize on the opportunity, but it led to this situation here. So I guess everything turned out for the best for sure.
Absolutely, and I live in Lexington, and I support local music to the fullest. I'm a heavy hip hop guy, always and always will be, and to see some local artists get a chance to get that platform, to be a part of the same show as some heavy hitters, hit
Right,
makers.
yeah.
That's a big deal, and for Lexington, we're not known for getting a lot of quote unquote big name hip hop shows. So
No, not really. No,
so
not really. I'd say that really for Kentucky as a whole. I mean, granted, I'm more so based in Louisville, which, isn't nothing but 30, 45 minutes, depending on how fast we want to drive, maybe an hour, depending on traffic. But like you said, we don't really get too much, like, too many high-profile acts, or whenever they do, what I'm saying, we always have issues, or maybe the promotion not being the best, or whatever the situation, that may be. It just seems like the exposure here, even though it's growing, like from the past, I still feel like you said, we just don't get as many opportunities to get put on that same stage as the artists that people are seeing, within the mainstream and just on a daily basis, or, how all that stuff goes. But it's cool to see things start to at least grow and open up a little bit, but it could definitely still be better.
very, very true. It feels like maybe there are some promoters here and there find something in Lexington and Louisville and other areas and thinking that they can attract a hip hop show, and people do show up, and I'm all for the nostalgia aspect of going to these
Right.
shows, growing up listening to these artists, seeing their music videos, mimicking every word, and to
Right, yeah, just
now,
being like, just, yeah,
and,
totally consumed by just the culture, yeah, I already know. I'm the same way.
watching Ludacris when he had braids, and now he
You know
he's
what I'm saying? Clean cut, fast and furious,
yeah,
Hollywood superstar. It's crazy, right?
yeah.
Just how
So
people like grow and evolve. But, the music, that's always like the timeless factor. I mean, like you said, them people like what Luda was there. I think, like I said, Mims was there. Twista was even there. It's like, those guys were playing songs that were hot whenever I was in middle school and hell, even elementary school. Some of them, and it's just like the people still connect the same way. So that's just the power of music there. But I definitely feel where you're coming from, man. It's just crazy.
I mean, artists like Twister and Do and Die, they've been around since the '90s. Like
Yeah.
that's literally 3 decades, 2 to 3 decades of material that they they could have
Yeah,
been
that
on.
just really, yeah. Like I said, it's crazy because it almost outlives them. Like, the guys don't have to really make another new song. Like, the music, you know what I'm saying? You just keep it going with the jams that have been keep people moving, and that's like the beauty of it. Like, that's my ultimate goal as an artist is just, I hope that all my songs, go crazy and touch billboards and whatnot, but I can just have a couple that people, I know people can connect with forever. That's all you need, man, for real. Really only takes one, but
Very, very true. So I live in Lexington. You rep in Louisville, and
Right.
I support local music obviously, and I do listen what's going on in the Louisville scene, and there's a lot of talented artists out there
Definitely.
doing their thing. And I always ask this question when it comes to a Louisville artist like yourself, like how's it
Hmm.
feel to be a part of such an incredible scene with so many talented artists supporting each other. How's that feel?
To be honest with you, man, it really is. It's a blessing to be a part of it because I feel like Louisville is in a rare situation where it's one of those markets and cities and places overall that, as much as like if you're from there, if you're familiar with there, you kind of understand, like you said, just the scene and the culture and just kind of like just how things move here. But like I just like that it's starting to seem as if with like the emergence of artists like, of course, Bryson Tiller, and then you have Jack Harlow even, and then you start to get more on the underground scene and these artists on the rise. Like we got a kid named Blasian that's pretty much like on the cusp of like kind of starting to catch his mainstream wave and stuff. It's dope because there for a while it was kind of like a crab in the, or what they say, a crab in the barrel type of like mindset between the artists and just the scene of where people didn't really want to support each other. There wasn't a lot of like networking and just, you know what I'm saying, cross promoting and stuff. But now like I think as people start to kind of look at the bigger picture and understand that like there's enough talent out here to go around, there's enough attention out here to go around, there's enough money out here to go around, you start to see more people like really just like uplift the next guy or be more willing to kind of, you know, extend their platform to this, or, you know, things like that. So that's been dope because overall for each and every artist, I mean, I've just seen the difference in how everything has grown, you know what I mean, just from my platform and what I do, and then just, you know, the other artists as well. So it's really cool to be a part of it, honestly.
Shout out to all the Louisville artists that's doing their thing. There's too many names to mention, but you know who you are and what you meant to the scene. And as a Lexington guy, I appreciate y'all, and I wish I can be there and see it all in person. But I
Hey,
do.
man, you are welcome anytime, man. I don't know. I'll have to start sending you updates just on, you know, whatever events you may not be hip on or whatever, man. I'll definitely at least, you know, make sure that I'm extending the invites because I think just, you know, to go off on a tangent real quick, I feel like that's something that'll help, you know, the scene in Kentucky overall as well, is just if there was more of a community between Lexington and Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, there's the UK U of L rivalry and just kind of like that
Yeah.
that soft tension that's always between Lex and Louisville. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like just at least from like an artist perspective and just a music industry angle perspective, like if everybody was kind of on the same wave and was like connecting their movements, connecting their scene, it could move even faster and it could feel even bigger. You know, like there's no reason that you should be sitting in Lex saying that you wish you could be around. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in Louisville, and people in Louisville shouldn't feel like, you know, funny about going to events in Lex. It's just, you know, these things like that. Like I feel like it should just be like a 45-minute, you know what I'm saying, road trip. It's all family. Like that's how it should be. Like it's got to be a big family in the state, man, because we're all underdogs. You know what I mean?
Very, very true. So,
Everybody's an underdog. Well, at least here in the
oh yeah,
Midwest. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, go ahead, brother.
yeah, absolutely. So, what do you have in store as far as new music and music videos or upcoming shows that your fans need to keep an eye on?
To keep an eye on music-wise, right now I've got I think I'll say two new singles out. They both dropped within the last month or two. The first song is called Match, M-A-T-C-H, like one match blunt with a pretty girl or something. You want to match vibe with a girl, you can go stream that on Spotify, Apple Music, all major platforms. And then I also have another single out now featuring T. Wayne, which is a bubbling, well, I wouldn't say bubbling. He definitely had his wave and made his mark in the industry. Just a kind of an older cat, but nonetheless, that song is called Chosen, and that's on all streaming platforms as well. I got a few music videos that we're preparing. Probably going to be dropping a lot of visuals in July. I used the first quarter of the year to just kind of get out some singles and test the temperature, see what people were feeling from me. But moving through the summer, I just really want to get visual and start allowing my supporters and fans and just people who are really watching me just to really see and feel what I got going on. And beyond that, as far as shows go, I do have a show in Louisville. If you want to pull up, come on down, man. It's on July 5th. It's a free show with the fellow artist from down here. Her name's Sasha Renee, and she's doing her album release concert for her album Flavor. So if y'all listening on the tune in that, make sure y'all hop on Apple Music, Spotify, search Sasha Renee Flavor, Flava. She's a fire female artist. Got bars, can sing, man. She does it all, man. Make sure y'all check out her album. Other than that, man, I'm just staying in motion overall and just trying to continue to stay consistent with the release and just stay in motion. But that's what I like to say, just stay in motion.
Very, very true. And definitely shout out to Sasha Renee. She's definitely like one of the illest rappers in Kentucky for quite some time.
Female, lion, tiger, I don't care. That girl can do it.
Yeah. Flavor, that's definitely an album of the year category right there.
Definitely.
So go check that out. She's on tour with that with the promoting of the album. And I see she's also going to be coming to my neck of the woods in Lexington. She's going to be performing there.
Oh, yeah. Lex is on the date. Lex is a part of the date. So
yeah.
To be honest, like I said, I'm a part of the Louisville show. But considering, I know her and I both have, a lot of love and support up there in the Lex area, I might have to go and tag along. I might have to talk to her about that, man, because I would love to come up there and just get around that energy again. I love coming to Lex. I like the campus area, just the atmosphere down there. Not much of a UK fan, but I love the people, so it is what it is. It's a give and take.
Understandable.
I mean, I'm not much of a UK fan, but I love my Lexington folks. So I gotta do what I gotta do.
I got you, man. I truly understand. I'm a UK guy, and UK, UL, we bump heads. But
how I go.
But on the music side, it's all good. So
always.
So good chatting with you, man. Again, dope performance last Saturday. Keep doing your thing. Everybody go check out the homie Match and all the songs that he's already got out. He's got more on the way.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all look me up. Like I said, it's Brxtn. No vowels. The name Brxtn with the A and the O missing. I'm everywhere, so go check me out. Follow me on Instagram, Brxtn official. Same thing as Twitter. Holler at your boy. I talk to everybody. I'm a cool guy, so let's be friends with something. Holler at me.
Yes, sir. You have a good night, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.